Welcome to Daily Armor. Our verse today will be found in the book of Psalms, chapter number 78, and we'll be looking at verse number 41. Psalms 78:41, and it says, Yea, they turned back and tempted God and limited the Holy One of Israel. Todd and I were talking as we were leaving church, as we were on our way home, and I can't even remember how it got brought up, but we were talking about limiting the Lord, about that little speck of doubt and how it really can mess us up so much. And when we have that little bit of doubt, it creates a huge problem because we want to go to these other avenues instead of waiting on the Lord. And we were talking, we just come in so close to kind of going back down some same roads that we went down before, that we had decided we're not going to do that anymore. We're not going to go down that path. We're not going to make those same choices because it's going to produce the same result. And we're waiting on some different things, and we're waiting on the Lord's what we're waiting on. And Todd gave me this scripture last night, and I've just kind of kept pondering on it this morning, and I've looked at so many scriptures, and I had about 8 different ones to choose from. And I just kept coming back to this one. And really the whole Psalm 78 is explaining what the Lord's meaning by this one verse of 41. Yea, they turned back and tempted God and limited the Holy One of Israel. And what he's talking about here is that the children of Israel, time and time again, the Lord had done humongous miracles in their life. Yet they would come to an obstacle, they would come to this situation or that situation, and they would find themselves falling right back into the old ways of just take us back to Egypt. We don't want to face this problem. We don't want to face this enemy. We don't want to, be in this situation. We don't want to be here and we're without water. We're without the food, the meat that we desire. We're without these things. And the Lord's saying they turn back. And if you read through the book of Psalms 78, you'll see that he lists some things that they are to remember. And he said, back in the previous verses, he said, and they forgot. And it says in the scripture, it's they forgot. They forgot what the Lord had done. They forgot. How many times do we forget what the Lord has done for us in the past? And I shared this, I don't know how many weeks ago it was, about keeping a memory book. A book of to remember, write it down so that we can go back and review it and go over it and over it again, so we don't forget those things, those humongous things, those amazing personal things that he did for you and he's done for me, so that when we face these obstacles in our present and in our future, we can not make that we don't want that said about us. We don't want the Lord to think, well, they forgot about me. They forgot about what I've done for them. They turned back and they went that direction that they wanted to go instead of moving in the direction that I wanted them to go. And we don't want to limit an unlimited God. We don't want to put those limits out there. We don't want to say, well, the Lord, I know you can do this, but probably I'm going to pray for this. No, he wants us to think bigger. And I know in my life that he wants me to think bigger than what he wants me to do is to get out of my comfort zone. And maybe that he wants that for you. And so I challenge you to read through this Psalm 78 and look at all those amazing miracles. Think about, he parted the Red Sea. He held back that water. That is astronomical, humongous. The Lord is saying, if I can do that, I can do anything. And don't put limits on me. Don't say, well, I'm going to pray for this small thing because you're afraid to pray for that big thing. Pray for that big thing and look for unlimited possibilities because we serve an unlimited God. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.